So this is going to be part one of a several part series. As I got into this project, I've realized there's a lot to cover here. So I don't want to make one really long rabbit pelt processing video. So I'm going to create the playlist. I've made a playlist for all of the videos that pertain to this rabbit pelt processing experience that I'm going through for the first time, and I'll link that in the description below, and you just go to that playlist and you can see all the videos we do related to this process. If you are new and just found us, we do a daily family vlog, and we'd love to have you subscribe and follow us on our journey and adventure that we call homesteading. So I hope you find this informative and helpful if you're into processing rabbits or want to do that. I certainly have learned a lot from this experience and have been happy to share it with you. Enjoy. Alright, these rabbit skins have been sitting in the freezer for a while now. Well, about a week. And I'm rolling them out. I'm gonna thaw them out and get ready to clean them, and then begin the preservation or the pickling of them. So I'm also gonna try and preserve Papa's foot, keep it as a lucky rabbit's foot. So I'll let that thaw and rinse off, and that I'm gonna cure a little bit differently than I do the hides apparently. I'm being gentle because I know they're delicate. Trying to be gentle, I should say. I know that they can tear easily at this stage. I've got the plastic bag still in here because it's plugging the drain. I couldn't find the drain plug. This one right here is coming along quite nicely. Look, you can see the little legs. It's probably the neck area. Yep, and then there's the rear legs that we split. Alright, so the pickling elixir mixture that I've chosen to use is going to be aluminum sulfate and non-iodized salt added to 2 gallons of water. And what I'm going to do, pour these jugs of water into this 6-gallon bucket down here and add a cup each of these. That should give me enough to take care of 7 to 9 pelts. I got this off of an article on Mother Earth News. If any of you follow that, I can link to it in the description below. Alright, I just poured everything in, and now I've just got to mix it all up so it all dissolves. Using a wooden spoon. Probably should be wearing rubber gloves while I do this. I'm just gonna be really careful. It smells weird. I know there are a few different recipes out there for pickling. The reason that I chose this one was that I had read from multiple sources that this mixture tends to produce a wider tan on the hide. If that even makes sense. The skin turns out whiter in the end and a little bit softer. I don't know if that's true, but we'll find out. I think that's pretty well dissolved. I'm having a hard time thinking that I'm going to get 7 pelts in there. Well, at least we got the ratios we need. If I have to add more, I'll add more. You can see on after their first soaking, we're going to put them in. We're going to deflesh them. I'll come in here, I'll grab all these chunks of fat. You can see like on this one, my skinning job wasn't that great. I actually pulled some meat off with it, so we're gonna have to pull that up, scrape that off. And, you know, the first few that I did were not done so well. I was nervous, but everyone every single one I did got a little bit better. The last one, the last rabbit I did, I think I was really proud of how well I did that one. Several articles that I read, and I think the one video, 2 YouTube videos that I liked that showed this process, they all mentioned saving up a handful of pelts to process, and to do that, you know, to freeze them, and then once you have, you know, 6 or 7 or more to process them, then that way, because they're so little, it sounds like, and you can get a batch of them going pretty good, and it's worth your time. So that's what I'm trying to do here. That's what my thought was here. That, and I didn't have time the day that we processed them. Didn't have enough time to get them right into a pickling solution, because you could just take the hide off the rabbit, throw it in a cold water bath, let it sit in there and cool down while you're processing the next rabbit. Once you've got them all, rinse them all off, and then put them straight into your pickling solution, and that's perfectly fine. These are about ready. I think I'm gonna rinse them one more time and take them in and soak them. Oh, I'm lucky rabbit's foot. Oh, I gotta get that solution ready too. Oh, let's rinse these bad boys off. Yeah, I just want to get this foot really clean. Got some good claws on him. Had some good claws on him. You don't want to wring them out, I'm told. You just want to squeeze them. I'll just kind of squeeze them down. So this fatty membrane, that's going to come off in the next step after this first pickling soak. Scrape the hides down, get off all the flesh and the fatty pieces. That is a big pelt. Oh, that is gorgeous, thick. And that's it. I'm doing this part inside and while Trish is gone, so that because they have to soak in this for 48 hours and it needs to be room temperature. So I'm hoping it's not going to stink. Can't put them in the garage. It gets below 60 degrees. So, see how it goes. Alright, so I'm just going to gently push them down into the solution and massage them a bit so that the liquid can get into the socks, into the fur. And I'm being careful not to, I don't want to splash this on my hands. I should be wearing rubber gloves. I don't have any. That's not a good excuse. Ideally what you want is to have them fully submerged in this. So I'm going to get some, I'm probably going to get, I think I'll get a plastic garbage bag, put over it, and then something to weigh it down. Alright, so what I've got is a gallon jar full of water, plenty of weight. And I'm going to use this fresh plastic garbage bag. And you know what? I might put one over top of it. Anyway, let's get this over with. I'm thinking ahead too far. I don't think we're going to have any weird smells because of the pickling solution. It smells, I mean, that's all I can smell. It is the salt and the aluminum sulfate mixture. But just in case, we've got this on it now. That'll that should give us some protection from that. Now I've got to find, I'm supposed to soak this in alcohol for 48 hours. So let me find a jar and some alcohol. Alright, so what we got here is our lucky rabbit's foot. I didn't have the camera on while I was getting it ready. What I did is I found a little jar, stuck them in there, filled it full of vodka, 80 proof. This is the alcohol we had on hand. We'll see what happens. I hope it works. And fill it to the top. Put this bag on it thinking, well, I don't want it to stink or anything. But then I started thinking, well, alcohol's going to kill any anything growing, kill all the bacteria that would make the smell, so I shouldn't have to worry about that. But this will at least give us some protection. And I borrowed a elastic hairband from the girls. Sorry, girls. Maybe they won't notice. So 48 hours it sits like this, and then we'll move on to the next process. And so in a couple of days vlog, we'll update you again. We'll update you every day, because every day we got to stir those pelts twice a day for the next 48 hours. This can just sit here and make sure that mixture gets all over and pickles them properly. Thanks for joining us today on this crazy adventure that we like to call homesteading. We appreciate your support, your likes, your comments. We're trying to reach out to a bigger audience and grow our channel, and so anything you can do to share, comments help. But if you can share in any way you want, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Don't forget the bell on your way out, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow.